Okay, so what is customer satisfaction? Ta-da! A satisfied customer jumping in the air for joy. Okay, well, customer satisfaction is the feeling. As you can see, that woman is feeling something, that a product has met or exceeded the customer's expectation. So the customer will go out with a certain expectation of what they want. Then when they buy the product, and the product meets the expectation, it's exactly what they were wanting, they have this feeling of satisfaction. If they go and they buy a product and it exceeds their expectation, in other words, it's better than what they were expecting, then they are very satisfied. Now, obviously, if they have a certain expectation and it doesn't meet their expectation, then they are dissatisfied. Okay, so what we're looking for in marketing is satisfied customers. Customers who have certain expectations that we can meet. And then, when they have those satisfied feelings, they will come back to experience those feelings of satisfaction over and over and over again, because it's a feeling that they enjoy. Even if you have an expectation of a nice meal, when you eat that meal, you feel satisfied, you're going to go back to that place because you enjoy that feeling. Okay, so customer satisfaction is a response. Okay? It's a response to a product or service in terms of the extent to which it meets the customer's expectations, just like I've explained. Okay, and there are the three different responses that a customer can have. On the left, you see a kind of happy face. In the middle, you see kind of a neutral face. And on the right, you see a kind of a sad face. On the left, it's usually when products exceed customers' expectations and they're very satisfied. In the middle, customers are just satisfied. They're like neutral. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And on the right, they're dissatisfied. And maybe you've seen these three faces in some stores where they ask you to rate their service. And you must say, I'm satisfied, I'm neutral, it was fine, or I'm dissatisfied. Okay, now we have the disconfirmation paradigm. This is a very basic paradigm which shows what I've just explained. Okay, so to use this, I'm going to explain this, I'm going to use a drawing app, and I'm going to just put that on, and I'm going to use red so that we can see it nicely. So, okay, so the way this works is it combines performance with expectations. So expectations, this is the side of the customer. Okay, the side of the customer. The customer has certain expectations. Okay, and the organization obviously has a performance. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so that it's easier to draw. Okay, so the organization has performance. Now, I'm sure you've seen these signs before. Okay, that is the bigger than sign. That is the equal sign, and that is the smaller than sign. If the performance of the organization is bigger than the expectation, guess what happens? In other words, it's more than what the customer expected. It will result in something called positive confirmation. Right? Positive confirmation. Right, my expectations were confirmed positively. I wanted this, and it was confirmed to me as exactly what I wanted. It's positive experience, and you can even write here, very satisfied. Customers are very satisfied. Okay? If the performance is equal to the expectation, there will just be normal confirmation, which is the yellow smiley face. And that results in satisfaction. Your performance confirmed my expectation. And then lastly, the performance is smaller than the expectation, which results in negative confirmation. In other words, you confirmed my expectation, but it was lower than what I expected. It was a negative confirmation. And that results in dissatisfaction, which is not what we want in marketing. So it's a very simple diagram, and you can see it there and it's known as the disconfirmation paradigm. Okay? So, measuring customer satisfaction. Because I just showed you there's different levels of satisfaction, so how do we measure which level people are at? Okay, so the better a company understands their customers' needs, the better they will be able to satisfy them. That's quite simple. If you know what people want, you can give them what they want. If you don't know what they want and you just assume that you know what they want, guess what's going to happen a lot of the time? You're going to give them stuff that they don't want. Okay, so a company cannot expect customers to simply tell them how they feel. Customers don't function that way. Even like children, they don't just tell you what they want. Sometimes they just scream. Right? So you need to ask them. So how do you get customers to tell you how they feel? It's very simple. You just ask them. How do you feel? What do you want? You ask them to tick. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel neutral? Do you feel negative? In other words, you get customers to measure customer satisfaction, and usually that results or needs research. Customer satisfaction research. I'll give you an example. Why do you think it's important for students studying at CPUT? What do you think is important for students studying at CPUT? What are the attributes that convey value? Okay, so what do customers do when they are dissatisfied with a company? I'm sure you know. They scream about it. They do many things actually. Number one, they complain to their family. Oh, they tell them, oh, you won't believe this product I bought, it's terrible, I thought it would do this. This is what the advert said, but then it didn't do that at all. In fact, never go and buy that product. Right? They complain. Also, they buy less of that product or they stop buying altogether, which is normal. When people are dissatisfied, they're not going to continue buying your product. Also, they switch to a competitor. They find other competitors that are going to satisfy their needs better. And lastly, they will complain on social media, not just to their family, but they will proclaim it to the whole world on places like Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. Okay, but what do happy customers do? Satisfied customers. Well, often they will buy more of the product because they really like it. They also might even be willing to pay a bit extra for that product because they like it so much. So if the product increases in price, it's fine. They'll still buy it because they think it's a good product. And they'd be happy to pay a bit of extra money if the company can continue to make that good product which satisfies their needs. Also, they tell others. Through word of mouth. They'll tell family members, they'll go on social media, and so forth. Okay, so in this way, they help to increase the sales and the profits of the company. And what results is something we call customer loyalty. That's when the customer will continue to come back to the store, continues to buy your product because they really like it, they're satisfied. And that is the foundation, or at least it is what serves the company in its long-term survival and prosperity, is customer loyalty. Customers coming back one after the other, 1 year after the next, 1 day after the next, 1 month after the next, right? Coming back. It's no good you just have a product and customers only buy it once. You want them to come back over and over and over again, because then that means you can survive and even prosper as a company in the long term. Okay, customer satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Okay, there's a guy called Frederick Herzberg who lived from 1923 to the year 2000. There he is. He was an American psychologist. And he was quite an influential person in business management because in the area of job enrichment and motivation. Okay, he developed a theory called the motivator hygiene theory. And what marketers did is they took that theory and they applied it to marketing theory. Okay? And they developed something called the two-factor model of customer satisfaction. And it's an application of Hertzberg's theory. Okay, and the theory is as follows. It says that the same factor that causes satisfaction may not necessarily cause dissatisfaction. Okay? And there are two factors. The one is called hygiene factors, and the other one is called satisfiers. Now, hygiene factors are things that contribute to dissatisfaction. They don't contribute to satisfaction, only to dissatisfaction. Satisfiers, on the other hand, contribute to satisfaction. Okay? So, I'll explain this. Hygiene factors, remember, hygiene factors are the ones, what is hygiene? Hygiene is cleanliness. Okay? So, let's look at a hotel room. What are the hygiene factors in a hotel room? Remember, hygiene factors are ones that contribute towards dissatisfaction. Okay? So, there's a hotel room. It's spotless. It's clean. And that's what you expect a hotel room to look like, right? You expect it to be clean. You expect the beds to be made. You expect the beds to be comfortable. You expect the room to be decorated nicely. You expect the bathroom to be clean, and so forth. That's what you expect when you go to a hotel room. Okay? Now let me ask you this. Will you be satisfied if you arrive and the bed is the most comfortable in the world, but it's unmade and the room is tidy like that? Will you be satisfied? No. I'm sure you will not be satisfied. You'll want your money back, or you'll want a different room. However, let me ask you this question. If the room is clean, will you even notice it? Will you go, oh my word, look at how clean this room is. Oh my word, look at how nicely this bed is made. Oh my word. No. Why? Why won't you be amazed if the hotel room is clean? Because you expect it to be clean. It's a basic minimum. Right? It's the minimum basis of the service. So in other words, that's a hygiene factor. It doesn't really affect your satisfaction, but if it's not there, you will be dissatisfied. Okay? Only once, okay, this is very important, only once all the hygiene factors are at the expected levels will satisfiers be important. In other words, if the bed is made and the room is clean, only then will a comfortable bed make you satisfied, or a more comfortable bed make you, oh wow, it's so nice. Oh, feel these pillows, how nice they are, right? Only then will it begin to make you feel more and more satisfied, more and more happy, once all the hygiene factors are established. Okay? Now let me ask you this. Let's say there were petals on the bed, there's champagne in the bathroom, and there's a complimentary dinner waiting as you enter. How would you feel then? I'm sure you'll feel quite delighted. They will increase your satisfaction and hopefully even exceed your expectations. You're like, I didn't expect this, but there it is, petals on the bed, champagne, lovely soaps in the bath, candles, you know. It's going to exceed your expectation, and it's going to lead to positive customer satisfaction. Okay, and that is a simple explanation of the two-factor model of customer satisfaction.